compliance status indicator for NGX, formerly known as Nigerian Stock Exchange. So here we are going to look at some of the compliance indicator. That's what it means is in NGX there's what we call, if a company, that means they are following the rules and the regulation of the exchange. So now there is a situation where a listed company might have some compliance issue, and this is peculiar to NGX, Nigerian Exchange Group, formerly known as Nigerian Stock Exchange. So that's why sometimes before you buy a company, we recommend that you go to the database of the NGX and check for that company. If they have compliance issue, you will see beside the name they will put in brackets the compliance issue, the problem that company is having in terms of compliance. But if you are buying from a third party, or you are doing your analysis from a third party data source, you might not see it, and you might be buying into a company that is having a regulatory issue, a compliance issue. So in this video we are going to show you some of up to 10 or so compliance related issues that if you see in a stock you want to buy, you know what it means in the NGX. So let's go. So the shortcut for this is called CSI. So CSI means compliance status indicator. So it was actually enacted in the 9th of May 2016. So we are going to look at the code one by one and what it means. So for the first code, let me zoom this in. Hold on a sec. So that you'll be getting it. So we have the compliance status indicator, we have the code name and what it means. So the first one is, you might see a company ABC, in brackets you see BLS. So what does it mean? Whenever you see that, you know that BLS means below listing standard. This comprises of all deficiencies regarding the continuing listing standard. So maybe, remember there is some listing standards that the NGX has. So there is a listing standard they have. There might be a standard of, remember we have boards in NGX. You have what we call the premium board. You have what we call the main board. You have what we call SME board. So there might be a standard, a company might be, let's say, in a premium board at a time, then it is no longer meeting up the capital threshold to remain in that premium board. It might have a listing standard deficiency, and you will see this beside it. So should you buy in that company, you should dig deep to know which kind of the below listing standard problem they are having before you buy, because you don't know. They are having regulatory issues. So this BLS is very popular. The second one is MRF. So this one means missed regulatory filing. So issuer missed regulatory filing deadline. So in NGX, remember, companies are obliged. It is mandatory that they list their reports. They list their reports. So if anything happens and a company fails to list their, it happened with Owando at a time earlier this year, 2024, depending on when you are watching. So if they are missing some regulatory filings there, so maybe their books, maybe their internal dealings, if they are having such issue, it is not good for you to rush in after investing. So this is, if you see a code like this beside it, be careful. The third code you might see is the one we call DWL, which is delisting watch list. So it means that a company any company that you see that this is about to the name, it means the company is about to be delisted from the exchange. So you shouldn't even be trading it. I don't know why you should be trading it. It is about to be delisted. So we have so many, we will still show you more. Then there's what we call CGI, that's corporate governance. If you see CG plus, it means the company has a good corporate governance. It's a positive sign. Yeah, another one is, okay, this one, DWL means delisting. What is that? Likelihood. You see what they wrote here. These are companies that have been served with a delisting notice, but the listing process has been put on hold because they have received a stay of action from the exchange for a defined period, which they undertake to cure the issue that led to. So this means a company might have defaulted and they were served the delisting notice. So now in this situation, it doesn't mean the company is going to be delisted. It means if they can ratify whatever issue they had at a time, they can come back. So you are just in a work list of a possible delisting. But see where the main delisting happens is whenever you see DIP. So DIP means delisting in progress. So these are companies that is delisting. It means whatever any company you see that didn't make it in the DL, they didn't clarify whatever in the issue they have in DWL, it means they will eventually find themselves in DIP. They must be delisted. This is what it means. Then another one is AWR, awaiting regulatory approval. So this is, remember when we had missing regulatory filings? So we have a situation where a company must have submitted its books and it is waiting for the exchange to approve it. So in such situations, it is not really a red sign, but it's not too bad, but it's not too good. So it's better off you just wait. Let their book be approved before you start investing. So it means they have submitted their books or they have submitted some regulatory requirements and they are just waiting for the exchange to approve it. Then another one is ROST. So ROST is for restructuring. So this is where a company share can be restructured. Let's say before a company has 4 million outstanding share in the market, if they restructure and do one is for 10, you might see the 4 million ending. If it is restructured down, then you see the total outstanding share now will be instead of the 4 million, it will now be 400,000. It can happen vice versa. They can inflate the share price or they can deflect it. So in such situation, you are not supposed to trade until this process is out of the way. Now, another BMF. BMF, it means below listing standard or means regulatory. So this is a situation where either a company is below a listing standard. So it's a combination of below listing standard or means regulatory filing. So another one is BAA, which means below listing standard or awaiting regulatory approval, like we have said before. This one is a combination. Another one is BROS, which is below listing standard, and you are having a double issue now, same time. So when a company has BMF, it means they are below listing standard, number one, and at the same time they also have missed some filings, regulatory filings. When a company has BAA, it means they are below listing standard, number one, and they have some approvals that are still awaiting. Then the next one is BROS, which means the company is below listing standard, number one, and also the company is undergoing restructuring. Then NGX, MRS means the company missed the regulatory filing and it's also undergoing restructuring. BMR means the company is below listing standard, missed regulatory filing, and also is restructuring. This one is triple wahala. So this is this is the 11 compliance statute indicators that you should always look out for before you start buying. So where will you see it? Go to the website of Nigerian Exchange Group, search for the company you are looking for, and you see if they have any compliance. Check their compliance statute. If there is nothing attached beside the ticker of the company's share, it means they don't have any issue. But if they have any of this issue, you can always come back to this video and check what it means. And know that some of them that you should not near at all. But the list of these is when there is an awaiting regulatory approval. is not too bad, but it's also a sign because whatever they have must have submitted might be rejected too.